Oh boy, welcome back to another episode of this Podcast Sox.
Welcome.
Your boy Jimmy G with your other boy, Depressed.
That's the only word I can think of to describe my emotions on Sunday. Are we just going to just talk about the problems?
We're gonna get into that in a second. We're gonna get into what's on currently right now, just to kind of give us a little bit. Dodgers lead 3-0 versus Yankees.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, they're currently Yankees are up 6-4 at the moment of recording.
Hopefully, you Los Angeles Dodgers fans are celebrating a title when you get back to this episode tomorrow. Yes. Courtney, yes. I'm looking at you, Courtney Baker. I hope you enjoy a Dodgers title. You deserve it after what happened Sunday. Hope you get your title. Personally, I'm only celebrating Yankees defeat. I don't know if I'm necessarily celebrating a Dodgers championship more than I'm celebrating a Yankees defeat.
Preston's that guy.
My buddy Derek, he hope he sprains his ankle while watching the game today. Is everything that good to
Hey, you don't say that.
I'm saying that Derek deserves.
Derek's a good guy.
He's a good guy, and I appreciate him, but I also hope his team sucks. And
classic Preston
about the Bears, and he talked about everything. And you've seen his Facebook post.
Yep, he's been commenting.
I meant to say,
go to this Podcast Sox, everybody. Facebook, Spotify, and YouTube.
I meant to text him. I don't know why I did this. I think I was thinking about texting him while I was texting him, and I meant to say, Aaron Judge. I hope Aaron Judge has a career-ending injury. And I texted him. I hope
that's messed up.
I said, I hope Derek Leone has a career-ending injury.
Unreal. And if he did, you'd feel guilty as hell.
No, I wouldn't.
You would.
I feel
you're too nice of a guy. You're too nice of a guy. I know you would. But you see the Yankees battling back here? They going to make it a series?
No, they may take this one. But
yeah,
I want to talk about Freddie Freeman. My Lord, the guy's
unreal, dude.
A home run.
Dude is on fire.
That walk-off grand slam, I did a short for it because I was so pumped when it happened.
They say 6 games in a row he's hit a home run World Series?
Yes, because I guess the World Series he was in. I don't remember if he was in the 2020 Dodgers World Series. I don't think he was. He might. No, he was not. But with the last one with the Braves, he must have hit a couple. And but no, Freddie Freeman's on a mission. He's
unreal, man.
Clearly going to win MVP if the Dodgers finish this off. And
he might win it if they lose.
Like I should have like the LeBron year when they lost to the Warriors, but LeBron was the best player on that series.
Yeah. I don't see the Yankees coming back. 3-0 is a big hole for playing the Dodgers.
Only one team came back from 3-0 when it was against the Yankees.
Ooh.
The Red Sox in 2004. And I'm going to say it, and you can slap me, but it was my favorite series to watch of all time.
I'll slap you. If I were there right now, I'd pull out my hooey and slap you in the cheeks.
I was like, because that was history.
I'm not going to say it.
White Sox won the next year, and it was kind of uneventful because the White Sox just beat everybody up. But that Red Sox and Yankees, that's the biggest rival in sports at the time. And baseball mattered then, and rivalries mattered then. And the Red Sox came back from 3-0, and that was against the A-Rod, the Derek Jeter, Joe Torre ran Yankees. Like it was that was the craziest. And obviously on the Red Sox was Manny and David Ortiz and
I say this often.
Kurt Schilling.
I miss being interested in baseball.
This has got me back into it. It took a little while.
Oh, the playoffs always do. And this playoffs was awesome.
I don't appreciate the jabs that they're giving the White Sox still, even in this World Series. Tim Hill came up the pitch. And I don't even know who the hell that is. I'm just going to say that now. But I know he was on the White Sox to begin the year. Mm-hmm. And of course, they have to –
there's a lot of Sox players. Yeah,
and they say, he came from the worst team in history to the World Series.
Yeah, I mean it's true though. I mean,
I gotta hear it when Michael Kopech pitches, which I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him.
Crazy to me that he's pitching in a World Series game.
And also, Carlos Rodon started Game 3.
Rodon.
Game 2, I think it was Game 2. Didn't pitch particularly well.
They said he had a blister on his finger.
Yeah, he was kind of wild. I think he had 3 runs early.
Yeah.
But Dodgers are going to finish it up here. I hope it's tonight. But like we told you guys, I don't remember if we told you guys now or maybe it was off the screen. If this game somehow gets to next Friday, which I don't think it's going to, but if it does, me and Jimmy have something planned if it does happen.
Yes. Hopefully it does. I was thinking about that today. I would like it to so that we can do this. We're not gonna say it. We might have said it last episode.
Yeah, we were planning for Game 6 to do the 7-7 challenge. I'll just say it. We were gonna do this. Or 9.
Person's gonna ruin it.
The 9. Well, I think we might have said it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
The 9-9 challenge, the 9 hot dogs, 9 beers in the game. But for our schedule, it would only fit on that Friday.
Yep.
And I don't think it's gonna make it to that. But if it does, we're doing that for you folks.
Yep. We'll be Liddy. We're not doing it live, we said, right? We're just record.
I thought we'd do live.
Well, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, live, there might be some accidents, if you know what I mean.
Live's easier to do that on, I think, is 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we can interact with people too. It'd be good. Yeah. Shall we?
We shall.
All right. Bears lose 18-15 versus
Does it bother
you
they didn't get the extra point?
No. Does it to you?
No, I just thought about it. Because normally they force teams to come back out on the field and kick the extra point.
Yeah. I don't think, dude, I blacked out. All right. So right before it happened, and I've been told I jinxed it, but I think this is the opposite of a jinx. Me and my brother were sitting next to each other. I looked at him and I said, he could back me up on this. And I said, we're the Chicago Bears. We're not going to win this game. We don't deserve this game.
When you say that?
After we took the lead and there was like 20 seconds left.
No, we didn't deserve that. But
I said, we don't deserve this. Somehow we're going to lose this game.
That's
and I swear, dude, when it happened,
that pisses me off.
When it happened, I swear I blacked out, and I don't. All I remember then is being at my front door of my parents' house, and walking out.
Were you drunk?
No, I didn't have a single beer. I didn't have anything.
I stood up 75% of the game. I was probably about 2 feet away from the TV at my mom's house.
One of the most frustrating games I've ever watched in my life.
And it wasn't a good game. Like, did they deserve to win it? No. Caleb Williams had a bad game. Shane Waldron had the worst game. Eberflus, we'll get to that. But I feel like that's another conversation after this. And
there's so many bullet points we need to hit on this game.
Let's just stick to the game real quick. We're not even going to talk about the play leading up to it, but just the offense never got going. Shane Waldron did not call a good game plan.
Yeah.
After a bye week, which is so embarrassing.
That's the most frustrating part.
2 weeks to plan. Like, I saw Cliff Kingsbury on the other side. Not saying Jane Daniels had a great game either, but they had some plays that got him to a rhythm.
They moved the ball.
They got down to just and kudos to the Bears defense at that time for always holding them to a field goal.
Yeah.
Bend but don't break, and that's
I think 481 yards after the Hail Mary they gave up. Bears defense.
That's why they had a chance to win the game at the end here and took a lead, because the Bears defense kept them around, and that was our formula to win these games. And anyway, you hold the 4 field goals, you should expect to win. And offense was atrocious. Getting into the fourth quarter, I do not, and I'm going to get pissed. I'm going to start raising the voice a little bit because I'm not over it. And I'm not over these plays here.
Yeah, dude, I'm hurt.
Before we get to the Hail Mary bullshit, what are you doing, Shane Waldron, giving the ball to a backup center, Kramer?
Yeah.
That was so unbelievably stupid.
The thing that pisses me off about that is time and time again, you have proven that when you bring in Roschon and you bring in Kramer, that you can get the job done with Roschon, giving the ball to Roschon, using Kramer as the fullback to clear the way. I have no idea what they were thinking to be
Jimmy,
like, hey,
Jimmy, they have 0
let's give it to Kramer.
They have 0 points. Why are you getting cute when you have 0 points? You're not.
It was that classic.
This was not a time to get cute. It's not your rival. It's not time to act all badass like you're up 3 touchdowns. You're going to have fun. Yep. You had 0 points.
It was the classic Matt Nagy. Oh, I'm going to do something crazy and make my offense look really good and really cute. and it freaking backfired really straight in your face.
Jimmy, they had 0 points in the fourth quarter.
I know. What's your point?
And we're trying to give it to a guy that has never touched the ball before. And
I'm with you. I'm with you.
He looked allergic to the ball. He couldn't even touch the ball. The ball bounced right off his chest. Like he couldn't even. It was partially on Caleb, but like most guys would have.
No, it was not partially on Caleb. That's
a little slight.
No, that's Kramer not knowing how to take a handoff.
But it's a stupid play in itself.
Yeah.
And then we'll dive a little deeper now.
That's a coaching issue, by the way. That's not players. That's
I'm not.
I mean, it's on Kramer.
I'm blaming the play call. No, Kramer should not have been in that position.
Exactly. That's a coaching issue.
And actually, the fumble went on Caleb.
Issue number one that the Chicago Bears head coach and offensive coordinator have not taken accountability for, by the way.
I don't know if that's Eberflus. I don't know what his calls.
It doesn't matter. Coaching didn't take accountability there.
That was pathetic. And then let's go a little deeper. On the second that we ended up scoring a touchdown.
Hey, you got your drinks, by the way? You owe me some this episode.
We'll get into that. I got 3 beers sitting next to me.
I don't know if I do. Pressing time.
Then, as the time goes on, we're getting down to the 2-minute part. We run 2 quarterback draws with Caleb, 2 back-to-back quarterback draws. And
I forgot about those.
On second and third down, you're going to do quarterback draws.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
And then you're going to throw that play to Keenan Allen. I know they called it pass interference, but that was still the dumb play call.
I wasn't necessarily mad about that play.
He wasn't catching that ball.
No, he wasn't. But I wasn't mad about that play call.
I was pissed. I thought that
there was 100 more.
No, it's irritating when you're going for the win and you do 2 back-to-back quarterback draws for that as your 4th down call. Oh my God, that was stupid.
Is that what you were talking about?
What?
I thought you were talking about the one of Keenan Allen in the end zone.
Yeah, the pass interference.
Yeah, I was okay with that.
It's a combination of it, though. It was you ran 2 quarterback draws to get us to 4th down to throw that ugly ass play.
Gotcha.
And then Keenan Allen wasn't supposed to get it. It was pass interference, but it wasn't going to be caught.
Also, from the start, too, I looked at my brother and I said, well, he said to me, this game is exactly how the Texans game started with how bad we looked. As far as how Caleb looked, too, Caleb couldn't hit. Now, granted, offensive line was absolute dog booty. So you got to take that into consideration. But on the plays that he had time as well, he looked scared. He looked like I can't even explain it. He threw miles and miles over his receiver's head.
It looked like the moment was too big for him.
It pains me to say it. It did.
But I will say, and I'm okay with saying this, is a lot of the mistakes he made looked like rookie mistakes that were fixable.
Yeah.
And he did lead us. And I mean, we could bash him for the 3 quarters.
Yeah, that drive should have been the game-winning drive. It was a great drive by him.
He led us the one should have been scoring drive and another scoring drive.
Also, that throw to DJ with pressure in his face was
that's one of the best throws I've seen in Bears. And
dude couldn't even follow through, and he fudged.
And he had a guy in his face too.
Yeah.
But Caleb.
No, that's not to say that he was booty.
Caleb played fine when he had to play fine. I'll give him that. It was kind of like
he came around.
Trubisky in the NFC wild card game.
Trubisky was good in fourth quarter, man.
The game was quiet, but when you had to make your throws, you had to make your throws.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to crucify Caleb Williams. The moment looked too big for him for majority of it, but he did what he had to do when he had to do it.
My heart hurts, dude. I feel like I told people this. I feel like Jill dumped me. That's how bad I'm hurting.
It hurt.
Like, dude, I'm that night.
Lie, if we did this podcast, because I asked you, I didn't want to do
hold on. Let me explain to the viewers here. I'll give Preston credit. He did want to do a reaction.
I didn't want to, but I thought it would be best.
Yeah, he didn't want to, but yes, for the pod, it would have been the best.
Actually, you know why I wanted to do it, Jimmy?
What was that?
So I had an hour drive home. Uh-huh. Me and my wife, we took 2 separate cars to go to my mom's, long weekend, her birthday, my mom's birthday, and also we had 2 cars there. So I had to drive alone about 5 minutes after the game. So I had an hour of silence of home, and I thought it would be very therapeutic if you could discuss this.
You were gonna drive and do the pod?
Yes, I mean you saw black here, but I don't think it matters. It's just the content of doing a reaction would have mattered.
No,
it would
have been
like I wanted to do a little 15-minute video.
We could have done a recording. We didn't have to do a video, but yeah, no. Preston wanted to do one. I told him no. I was mentally unwell. I didn't think I could do one. I also had plans for the night, but mentally I could not fathom what happened.
And then I
felt like a family member. I felt like somebody told me one of my family members passed away.
I got home and I started seeing stuff about Tyreek Stevenson that I did not see originally.
Yep.
And then right when I wasn't over it, but I was, getting mad. Like I didn't watch the Sunday Night Football game, which I usually do. I got drunk with my buddy Brandon. He wanted to play Drunk Mad. I'm like, that was my conversation, and we kind of got through that. And then he saw the Tyreek Stevenson told me, and then I'm like, what in the hell are you doing, Tyreek Stevenson? What in the world was that?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I forgot all about this loading up this pod, but like all week I want these last few days I was gonna rip into him. I mean, what would you do if you're the head coach of this team? Would you bench him
I don't know because you need him, but that was so idiotic. It somewhat cost us the game because one, you're way on the opposite side of the field, which is your position at first. Your back is to the field when the ball is snapped.
Yeah.
And then you try to catch it up and you get there and you're also the guy that
tips it up. Yep. So here's
kudos to you for apologizing. Pretty quick. Bench him. I consider benching him for the day, a game. But maybe a half just to make it known, like, hey, we're not doing that. And I'm sorry, I know you're trying to get in here. I'm getting more pissed off here because now I'm about to direct it to Matt Eberflus because
don't direct. Let me put in my 2 cents on the situation. I don't think that him doing what he did necessarily took him out of position because he ended up being in position. But
nobody got there late. If he gets there sooner, he's there.
He didn't get there late. He was running around with the guy. He ended up having to cover where the ball was going, but he was following the guy that he had to cover. So he didn't get over there late. And Arian Foster talked about this on the Barstool pod that he's on. And he agreed too. He was defending Stevenson, believe it or not. And he was like, I get why you're pissed about it, but he wasn't out of position. Stevenson also claims he wasn't talking shit to Washington fans. I don't believe that. He was waving his hands at them. It doesn't matter what you were doing. It doesn't matter if you were blowing your mother kisses on the sideline.
Yeah, you weren't engaged.
Yeah. And my problem is the fact that the play was going for 4 seconds before you even turned around. That's you are letting your entire team down. You're letting the city of Chicago down. That is absolutely unacceptable.
It's arrogant.
Anybody with a brain would know. Oh shit, they have a potential to win this game on a Hail Mary here. Let me get my ass into coverage. But like you said,
10 seconds.
He was the guy who, they're taught to bat it down. His ass turned his hand like this, batted it up in the air. So not only did he not bat it down, he completely batted it up in the air and over everybody.
And for whatever reason, there wasn't a Bears guy behind them to make sure nothing happened like that. Because a smart defense, you would have a guy back there with Noah Brown. Noah Brown can't be the furthest one back there.
Yeah. And that's what they said. There was a breakdown in coverage because somebody needed to be boxing him out, which they didn't do. And he played it good, though. He waited until the last possible second to kind of leak out of that scrum. But I think this is where you were leading into. Why, if you're Matt Eberflus, why do you not take a timeout before that play where they throw to midfield?
You see Stevenson's back. Someone needs to call a timeout and say, hey, what the hell are you doing?
But that's the last play. I'm talking about even the play before that. Jalen Johnson said that they kind of were out of sorts that the play before the Hail Mary. He's like, we should have taken a timeout there.
Oh, you're talking about the 13-yard pass to give him to the 40.
Which Eberflus says it wasn't important, and then Dan Quinn post game is saying how important that play was.
Oh no, it's idiotic.
Which coach is better?
It's so stupid. What Eberflus did is fireable, and then what he said and doubled down on what he said is even more fireable.
It's a slap to all of Chicago to deny and to say, one, that play wasn't important, but also two, not taking accountability for anything. The guy rubs everything off his shoulders like it's not a big deal. The dude is absolute trash. I think my brother sent me a stat, and it has to be looked at to confirm. But I think Eberflus is 0-16 on Sunday. Is it Sunday games on the road or something like that?
Well, to be fair, he had some bad teams early on, but that's not a good record.
Yeah. No, it's terrible. And if you're Matt Eberflus, you have to take a timeout on one of those plays.
Maybe
you
both.
have to.
You have three.
You have all timeouts. Why not take one? And then some people are like, well, you don't want the offense to catch their breath and get into a rhythm. If anything, it's our defense that needs a breath. Sweat wasn't even out there, and I know it's because
the problem is it's not even about take a breath. It's about playing check. It's about playing chess when they're playing checkers. You want to see how they're lining up.
Yeah.
Most times they do that. They okay.
Yep.
We have 3 timeouts. They don't have one. Oh, they're lined up like this. Let's call a timeout. Let's get our guys. Now we kind of know what they're trying to run here. And we haven't even said this yet. He ran a QB spy.
Oh my God, I know. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up.
He's got to go 65 yards. If Jay Daniels rushes for 65 yards for a touchdown and we play the defense, all for him. He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
That's a joke. So TJ Edwards was sitting there in the middle doing nothing. And it's not his fault because that's the position they told him to be in.
I don't understand saying that play for 13 yards or whatever it was to get to midfield-ish.
It matters because Jay Daniels has a bummed rib.
But that's what if that play doesn't happen, he cannot throw that Hail Mary.
He barely got it there. He didn't even get it
there. That's
what
I'm saying. He
threw 3 yards short.
It was it was a good throw though for considering
he
what it was.
Those plays are planned.
Yep. And for Eberflus to just flat out be like that play wasn't important. It's that last play that matters. No, fuck you. That's a guy whose football IQ is low. It's just, man.
It was not a good look for Eberflus, and while he was building a lot of respect to Chicago, this was one of the ugliest ways to lose respect.
This was a coaching loss.
Yes, and that we've had multiple. I think I've heard people say it. We've had all the losses
at least two.
The losses we've had this season have been coaching losses.
Yep. This game and then the Colts game.
He mismanages challenges. He's mismanaging timeouts.
Man.
This one was. I am so pissed off on how that happened. It's unreal. And then the fact that he doubled down that next day and the next morning. It's stupid.
And he still is
absolutely stupid.
What I'm seeing though is Bears players are blaming coaches without blaming coaches. They're definitely their tone has changed over prior weeks and in the past of what they might say.
Now,
so we'll see.
As a whole, we're 4-3. It's still good. We got the Cardinals were getting hot, by the way, but
here's the thing: we are 4-3 and absolutely in this race. It feels like we just lost the Super Bowl.
What sucks is because that game's gonna matter down the road. If somehow we miss the playoffs by a game, or we're tied with somebody and we lose the tiebreaker, it's gonna come down to that game, and we're not gonna forget that game. That game is very hard to get over.
Yeah,
and Caleb Williams did not look happy. He showed some emotion that after that play happened, he looked sick.
I mean, I love how he wears his heart on his sleeve, man. I love seeing that raw emotion on the field. We're not used to it with Chicago quarterbacks. Normally, our guys were pretty calm. Trubisky showed a little bit of emotion. He would get pumped. Cutler was like a fucking.
He cared like
he didn't give a shit. And obviously Fields was a dancer.
I was never going to kill Caleb, but I was just like, what is he doing? He's holding the ball too long. He's still reading the defense, though, and I like that. And like I said, then that he struggled for 3 quarters, but that fourth quarter, a light flip, and he was clutch twice.
Yeah, I mean,
clutch twice.
Going, you know what's hilarious? I didn't even bring this up. So Saturday night, going to bed, waking up Sunday, I had a dream that Caleb going into the fourth quarter was 9 of 16 with 35 yards passing.
Did you?
And I told my brother this before the game, and he looked at me. He's like, "Dude, your dream was right."
36.
Like, it wasn't the exact stats going in the fourth.
He threw about 100.
He ended up throwing like 100-something yards in the fourth alone. And it's like, dude, like you said, switch flipped in his head or something like that, and he got it going, and it was good to see. But this team is just so slow out of the gates every game.
The calls, and I blame that on Shane to a degree, because Shane Waldron,
it's got to be right.
Call some smaller plays, like give him like
get him going, give him something easy.
Like, Daniels had it all the time, and then he was able to hit Terry McLaurin.
I don't know if this is accurate. This is me just feeling like it went this way. I think to start the game, like out of the first 10 plays, I feel like we ran the ball once or twice.
Well, DeAndre Swift did, and he got going.
He got going.
And he got that,
but what I'm saying is, though, to start that game, we were not running the ball.
That's how we scored our first touchdown. Yeah. DeAndre Swift going for 80.
Going back at it, kind of looked like there was a holding on that play too. So.
There's also that there was holding on the Hail Mary.
That's a good point.
I'm just not mad about the holding. I'm not mad about the holding at all, because I'm just.
No, I'm not. I'm not even bringing. No. Here I am saying I'm not bringing it up as I'm bringing it up.
I brought it up just because I saw it, but it's it's in the back of my head, because I'm just like, there was 5 other things wrong that should never have gotten.
Yeah. So let me bring this up again. We talked about it last week. Let me bring it up again now. Do the Bears make a move?
No. I mean, the move.
You're happy. You're happy where we're at?
I don't think there's anything on this team that, other than maybe an old lineman, but I don't know anyone that's for sale. Other than that, the defense played great. The problem right now that we're not thinking, and I don't know if it changes anything, if Gordon or Brisker would have played, would that play still happen?
Good point. Brisker probably lays somebody out, and that play probably never happens.
Caleb's gonna have inconsistency because he is a rookie. We could get flustered with him. We can hate on him, but then we love him when he does that. That's just a rookie year.
I'm hearing 3 moves potentially the Bears might move on from.
We're not getting Max Crosby. We're not.
No. Players that we might trade for either picks or whatever. Nate Davis. Which one of them is a little shocking here. Khalil Herbert and Keenan Allen.
That's not gonna happen.
I don't think Keenan Allen will, but the other two I could totally see happening.
I don't. I mean, Khalil Herbert should be gone already. We don't use them, and
yeah, I mean, honestly,
we don't need to. I mean, DeAndre Swift's doing his thing. Roshan does his role when he has to.
Yeah,
there's really no need to put Khalil.
I want a defensive end.
Yeah, it got scary because Sweat got banged up early.
Yeah.
And I got pissed off because they said, we do not know if he's going to return back to the game. And then right after they said that, 30 seconds later, he returned back
to the game. I'm like, well, here's the thing. If Sweat goes down, we're fucked.
No.
Yeah. What do you mean, no?
I don't think, no. I think we're fine. I mean, it's not good.
Also,
it's not good. I think
pausing.
You're being extreme. You are being extreme.
I'm not being extreme. If Sweat goes down, we're absolutely screwed.
That's
on the
good.
Other end, when Sweat's even in the other end, they're not creating enough pressure.
But they got good linebackers. They got Edwards.
They have great linebackers. Linebackers aren't the issue.
Good safeties, secondary's fine.
Pressure's the issue. Those linemen aren't. Javon Dexter is playing well.
I'm just not overpaying for another. Now, if we could get
I wouldn't overpay. The price has to be right. But
unless it's Crosby or one of those guys.
Yeah, right. A Khalil Mack type. You know what I mean?
But it's not gonna happen. I don't think we make a move.
Yeah, I mean, I say yes because Pulse has always made a move at the deadline. Whether it's big or small. Or unless it's terrible, like I could Chase Claypool.
I mean, now you're seeing the Panthers are bad. I mean, the Bears are probably going to have the 33rd pick in the draft. I don't know how much that weighs.
Yeah, that's going to be a high pick.
Someone important. I don't know.
This is going to be a tough one to answer, but biggest takeaway from the game.
Eberflus is a problem.
Eberflus is a bigger problem than what we all probably thought. Also, the Bears are not as good as we thought they were.
No, whoa, I don't believe that.
Why?
I think you got to calm that down. They played
defense awesome.
A horrific game, and they still took the lead with 20 seconds left. That shows a lot. Coaching let them down.
Sorry, man. 100-something yards of offense ain't doing it for me.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm tired. Okay, I'm so tired of delusional Bear fans making excuses for this team. We've done it. We keep doing it.
Oh, it wasn't good by any means. That's what I'm saying. They were not good, but yet they still had the lead with 20 seconds left.
Updated Bears record right now. Give it to me. Go.
What do you mean? What they're going to be?
Yeah, at the end of the year. How many wins?
10.
I still got about 10. Margarita. Sorry, I had to yell at my dog. She's itching her ass.
One down.
Yeah, I got him at 10. I originally had them maybe getting 11, 12, but it's definitely 10 now.
Next week, after next week's game, right on our week 10 pod, right before week 10, we'll do our updated. So after next podcast.
Yeah. I'm just gonna ask you now because we'll talk about it eventually this episode. Are the Bears beating the Cardinals?
Like I was gonna say, so I'm positive. I think the Bears are gonna beat the Cardinals are playing fine. They're actually getting better. They're actually in first place.
They're looking they're looking a lot better.
That whole division's 4-4, except the Rams who are 3-4. The Rams are getting their guys back. They look a lot better.
Yeah, they are. They look good last week.
That division looks fun. But yeah, I think the Bears can slow down Kyler, and then they got New England. So Bears could be 6-3, and we start kind of forgetting this. We know we're going to want to say, well, we should be 7-2.
Yep. That's what I'll be saying.
And New England did just beat the Jets too. There's a lot
of Jets are looking like Dookie, dude.
Let's get off the Bears. We talked too long about it.
Well, we're getting off the Bears. Let me bring this up real quick.
He is
what a wuss, dude.
Did you hear that press conference and all that stuff he said?
Just that he was gassed and needed to come out.
He tapped so it was on a 3rd and goal play. Colts were on 3rd and goal, and he taps his helmet to get tapped out. Like, it's 3rd and goal in a division.
You're also the quarterback of your team.
If the Colts win the game against Houston, they're tied for first with the tiebreaker. So,
dude, you quit on your team, man.
It's a divisional game, and people see that. Like, that respect is gone. Now, that's not saying you can't get it back, but it's gone for a while. You got to earn it back.
Hell yeah.
It's a long way.
Dude, I don't know if he was hurting. I don't know if that hip injury was hurting him.
No.
And he just said he was gassed. Dude is a wuss.
It doesn't matter. Even if you're sore, you're the quarterback. No. You're not knocked down. You weren't on the ground. Yeah. You complete the drive. And I think they made the right move. I think it's going to be permanent for the year. I think unless it gets awful. I think it's going to be permanent if Joe Flacco plays decent.
Yeah. In my eyes, you're done. You just made your bed, dude.
And maybe start next year, and you better learn from a professional. And Joe Flacco, a Super Bowl champion. I don't like Flacco. I like him now though. I hated him when he was whatever, but Joe Flacco's become a different guy now.
I've kind of always liked Joe Flacco. I used to not like as like a how everyone does second favorite teams, but I like watching the Ravens. I always have.
I liked Harbaugh. I didn't like him. I didn't like Flacco, but anyway, last year he kind of earned my respect a lot. He's at a different point in his career, different personality. He's a dad now. He's 39 years old.
Yeah.
But no, I think he's going to show you how a pro acts, how you're supposed to go out there. And also Richardson, this is going to sound strong, but he's showing tendencies of being a bust. His completion percentage is 100%. Not good. He keeps putting himself in situations where he gets hurt, so he's not learning from his mistakes. Yeah. And then quitting on your team like that, it's not looking good.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, if it's me, he's made his bed. Flacco's the guy from here on out. Flacco's proven that he could win. I'm not bothering with him anymore. He something's going on with his mental.
Now, Flacco's 39 years old, so he's only here for 1 year. I would say sit on the bench and learn. This is your learning year.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he's got to earn that trust back from the guys, man. There's no way those guys are going into next week being like, oh yeah, he's fine. No. What's your biggest surprise of week 8?
So if you guys heard my picks, I said the Ravens were going to beat the hell out of Jameis Winston-led Browns. Jameis Winston, man, this guy finds ways. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to lead the Browns to a huge comeback to the
season.
Dude
eats dubs, man.
They're 2-6, so the Browns are still not a good team. But
what does he do?
He does the little but like they were so bad under Deshaun Watson, and they weren't moving down the field at all.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston comes in, instantly throws over 300 yards.
Yeah. I want to give myself a little shout out here. Shout out to Jimmy G here for calling the Jets not improving after the Devontae trade.
Who'd you pick this week?
2 games. I did pick the Jets, but I called it and I said that Devontae going to the Jets wasn't going to improve this team. I said they have a lot more issues.
Oh, I got a problem with what you're saying here.
Because I picked them to beat the Patriots?
No. So this says biggest surprise week 8. So if you pick the Jets not to improve, how's that the biggest surprise then? You shouldn't be surprised by that at all because you picked it.
I'm not saying all my opinions. I'm saying everybody else's opinions. Everyone has the Jets, including me and you from the start of the season. Everyone picked the Jets. Am I wrong?
I just wanted to call your ass out because you should be surprised by that if you picked it.
I'm not surprised by it, but I'm giving myself a shout out here. I'm pulling up the games from last week.
I got to give it to you, and I think the Jets are about to get hot. By the way.
Well, they better. They're 2-6.
They're in problems. The Dolphins are not the Dolphins. The Bills are pretty much a lock to make.
Also, Preston's Super Bowl pick is in massive jeopardy.
No, they're not. They'll be fine. I can't give you specifics now.
37-17 against the Eagles.
They had no T. Higgins. And I mean,
37 points given up though.
Not a 20-point loss, but that matters to a degree. You'll see the change around when we get our redo after week 9. So I'm saying this: am I sticking with the pick? No, I'm not going to stick with the pick. The Bengals aren't winning the Super Bowl. However, I'm not ruling them out to not make the playoffs though.
Yeah,
I saw their schedule for the life of me. I don't remember it, but they have a couple easy games here. They have an easy team this week.
Yeah,
don't remember who, but they have an easy game. They got 2 easy games, and then they got the Ravens. So they got a lot to prove to get themselves back into it. What's your biggest surprise though? You didn't really say yours.
I mean, I'm just going through the games, kind of looking at. I mean, honestly, biggest surprise of the week was the Ravens losing to the Browns.
You get same as me.
Yeah. Especially after the performance that they put up against the Bucks and how great they looked the week prior. But the dude. And I think you've touched base on it early in the year. The Ravens are weird, man. They lose random games they shouldn't. They're real spotty with that, man.
Right when they look like the best team.
Yeah.
They lose a game to humble them. Then they get back on track, and then they have another one.
Yep. Other than that, really no big surprises. We both called the 49ers beating the Cowboys.
I will say this as the surprising, and this is just continuing as the season goes on. Mm-hmm. Steelers are 6-2, and Russell Wilson is surprising me with how good he looks.
He's looking solid.
He's not elite by any means, but you could see what Justin Fields lacked with the offense that Russell Wilson has. Russell Wilson's going deep, and he's completing majority of those deep passes.
Yeah,
and they might not even be the best throws, but he's giving
looking pretty good
a chance.
And also, dude, funny as hell. Me and Jill cooked up a parlay for that game. Had a George Pickens anytime touchdown score.
He lost 3 of them.
Dude, lost
how was
3
that not a
touchdowns. I don't understand how 1 foot tapping in twice.
They said 2 feet. They never said the right foot didn't matter twice.
Well, then, did you see? Was it Pat McAfee put he's like, okay, so your ass counts as 2 feet. Your elbow counts as 2 feet. Your head, like something like that, and it's so true. It's like, why not? Why does
what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, what can we? Oh my god, dude! Let's get something going for this rule. This rule is the most stupid rule in all of sports.
But I mean, I'm actually finding myself liking Russell again, and it's
yeah, he's kind of like reminding you of the old Russ with Seattle. He's fun to watch right now.
And I like Tomlin. Maybe it doesn't matter what jersey he's wearing, because I like Mike Tomlin. A lot of respect for Mike Tomlin. If you're asking me right now, and maybe we'll do this next week as questions, but if you're asking me right now, I think Tomlin's the coach of the year. He's made huge changes. Like who does that? Justin Fields was what 4-2, and you took him out. You brought Russell Wilson, and then you go 2-0 with him.
Yeah,
like that takes
better.
Guts and balls.
Yeah, it does. I still think they did it to avoid giving the Bears a higher draft pick, but whatever.
I mean, he's almost there anyway. They may
they're
better without him. And then another news. I'm burping out my beer.
Welcome.
Not Zay Flowers. Deontay Johnson gets traded to the Ravens. Speaking about the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, that's
a big deal.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend Deontay Johnson is a huge.
Well, that's huge, dude. He's a stud. And you got him and
right,
Zay Flowers,
relax.
two fast guys. I know Deontay Johnson had the case of the drops with Pittsburgh, but give him the chance to get going. He's going to make a difference with Baltimore.
I mean, I think he'll play well with Baltimore, but I'm not sitting here being like that's going to be a, life-saving move for the Ravens. You know what I mean? Or a season changer. You know what I mean? I just think it's kind of whatever.
Important. I think it's important.
Yeah. We'll see. Let's get into it.
Is it the power rankings? I went first last week, so it's you.
It is time.
Dano, power rankings.
Is that my turn?
Yeah, you go first, I think.
Is the music playing? Yes, it is. We just put
rankings. Now, I just get this feel we have the same top 5. And your top 5 teams.
We back. Number 5, you're going to give me crap for this, but I'm going to do it. Commanders. I don't like it, especially coming from a Bears L, but I got to put them there. I'm not going to say much more. My heart's hurting. Rip to my team. It sucks. The Bears should have won that game. But I'm going to put Commanders there. They look like they're going to be a team to beat in the NFC. Number 4, press. Go ahead. Just say it now.
I'll kill you after your list, and I'll do mine. I'll kill you after the list.
Which is hilarious to me because Preston doesn't. He puts teams that are like 2 losses more than the number 1 team. He'll pick like a 3-loss team over the Chiefs, who are undefeated. Anyway, number 4, I have the Buffalo Bills. Powerhouse right now. They're a lot better than I thought they were going to be to go into the season. Looks like losing those players, Josh Allen, is not hurting him, although he did get Amari Cooper, which obviously is going to help him. But Josh Allen's looking like an MVP this year.
Say it again.
Number 3, Houston Texans. I've had him in my top 5 last few weeks. Although I'm a little concerned, we didn't talk about this, but Diggs out for the year now, torn ACL.
Yeah, it's just another on the long list of wide receiver injuries.
Yep. Nico Collins though should be coming back in a couple weeks, maybe. I think it is. They need him back for sure.
That team's
yeah, but I mean, that's one of those teams that even with injuries is just going to win. Number 2, I have the Lions. Let's face it, probably going to be in the NFC Championship game, unfortunately. Great team, top to bottom, coaching as well, which we didn't talk about this either. It was rumored that the Lions offensive coordinator was interested in the Bears head coaching job.
Ben Johnson?
Ben Johnson. Did you hear about that or no?
No.
Yeah, there was reports that came out
Oh,
today.
you're talking about last year when the Bears should have probably fired Eberflus?
Yeah, saying that he wanted the Bears head coaching job and he was waiting to kind of hear what was going on with that. An NFL reporter made that report earlier.
Just don't.
Which
don't.
hurts my heart.
Just don't.
And then number 1, I have the Chiefs. They keep winning. Yeah, they beat the Raiders, but I can't dethrone them yet. They haven't really done. They need to lose some games for me to take them out of that one spot, and or at least one, because then the Lions will jump them. But yeah, it's my top 5. 1 Chiefs, 2 Lions, 3 Texans, 4 Bills, 5 Commanders.
So I have a problem. I'm allowed to judge your list right before I give mine.
Only God can judge me.
Well, he's here.
Oh, dude, you're gonna get struck as death.
He's number 17 on the Bills. Oh, good play by the. Oh no, he's safe. That's gonna have the Yankees win it. No, the Commanders are a great team. Yes, but let's not act like they played some kind of great game against the Bears. They were just as bad as the Bears were. Let's get that out of the way. They kicked 4 field goals, Jimmy. Let's not act like they're all elite.
This is where I'm going to call you biased here, because you told me when I said the Bears played like ass. You told and I said let's not act like the Bears are good. I said let's not act like the Bears are good, and you told me to calm down because the Bears found a way to win the game and come back. Guess what? The Commanders found a way to win the game.
I'm not saying they're not good, but you
hypocrite.
Oh, here I'm going to give you
teed up.
I'm going to give you the right list.
Nope.
Number 5.
The guy who's 7 games worse than me.
My picks are messed up, but my power rankings are correct.
All right, let's hear.
Number 5, the Houston Texans.
All right.
Joe Mixon's a baller. That was a hell of a signing. It makes a difference to the team. They were lacking last year. Damian Pierce is taking a step back. So they needed Joe Mixon bad. Stephon Diggs' injury sucks. They still won the game. CJ Stroud, we'll just have to rely on Nico Collins, who's a better receiver than Diggs right now. And Tank Dell is a dog. They got Ferguson. So they'll be fine. The defense is good.
Ferguson, I feel like, hasn't done shit this year, though.
They're battling through games, and they're always finding a way to win. I think they only lost. Have they lost 2 games? I think they've lost 2 games. That's a home run by the Yankees. This game's over.
Yikes.
Number 4, it's the Green Bay Packers. Their defense is incredible.
They played the Jaguars.
And they won. And they're looking really good. Their defense is stellar. Jordan Love, I mean, unluckily for Bears fans that he avoided a major injury, but he turn the ball over? He does turn the ball over, but every 1 turnover he makes, he doubles it with 2 amazing plays. Josh Jacobs is
I don't know how they scheme their receivers open as well as they do, but they do.
Josh Jacobs is a hell of an acquisition by them. And then like Dobbs. If not Dobbs, it's Wicks. If not Wicks, it's Watson. If it's not Watson, it's I'm forgetting a guy. But Reed and they're just always somebody. And the tight end Tucker Kraft is starting to get heavily involved too. They're number 4. Number 3, it's the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen is playing like football Jesus. He finally threw an interception, which sucks. But the rookie Keon Coleman, he's getting him involved. Amari Cooper, I don't think he even did a whole lot. But he's there.
Good to be there.
Don Kincaid got some action. James Cook had a hell of a game. The team is just, they're firing all cylinders, and they're up. I think they got a 3-game lead now in the AFC East. They're firing. They're going all signals there. It's looking really good there. Number 2 is the Kansas City Chiefs. I know they're 7-0. Pat Mahomes yet again threw another interception, a crucial situation of the game. He's lucky it was Vegas and Gardner Minshew, because guess what? Gardner Minshew's just going to give it right back. And Raiders were still in the game for a majority of the game. They haven't really done anything against these bad teams or good teams. Every game's close. I can't say they get what they want because they didn't have I was too depressed to post anything like that. I didn't watch the game this time, so I don't know a whole lot what happened. But I was looking a little around, and it good sign for the Chiefs though. Pacheco's getting healthy; he'll be back here soon. Travis Kelce finally got going. Xavier Worthy got
about time
going. Yeah, and number one, Detroit Lions. They dropped 52 on the Tennessee Titans. They're killing everybody. They're 6-1.
When it was 14-14, I was like, oh. And then
they are damn good. And I know I just got done saying Tomlin's coach of the year. I might have said that soon. Dan Campbell's in that conversation too.
Yeah.
It's incredible. The Lions are scary good, but now we got some stuff on Jameson Williams. He's suspended. He's got an arrest warrant. They don't need him,
what
though.
Did they do? Find a gun and
it doesn't seem like it's serious, but it's something.
He's always got something going on.
You got Laporta, who they still haven't used like they should. Gibbs and Montgomery. My God, those two are just the best duo, and they keep showing it every freaking week.
I hate when Chicago gets shit on for not.
You couldn't.
Montgomery. We offered him a contract. He didn't take it.
He made the right move for him, and I mean,
yep.
I mean, we were a little
mad at the guy. Sucks.
It was considered aging, and we were in a rebuilding phase.
Yeah.
And the fact that I don't know if you saw, he threw that dime to Laporta for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great throw.
The Lions are firing. They're also firing on all cylinders. A little better than the Bills, but the Lions.
Yeah.
That was a nice one to get after. I know it was the Titans, but it's just big game next week. Lions Packers. Big one.
Yeah, let's see what goes on there.
But Lions 1 for me, the Chiefs 2, Bills 3, Packers 4, and I picked the Packers 4 because they beat the Texans, and then Texans are 5.
There we go.
That's the correct list. It's the right list. Now, we can. We got a few minutes to go. I gotta chug one quick beer. I saved it till the end.
Yeah, I'll chug one with you. I just want to state that Preston, as he gets cocky with these power rankings, I just want to remind him I went 12-4 last week while he went 9-7, and my lead is now up to 7 games on Preston. So when he drops those cute little videos weekly and says, oh, P-Dog knows more about football, just remember who's got the 7-game lead, okay?
So
he thinks he's smart up there.
That was
Follow me.
Before we go,
I have 7 losses, dude, in 3 weeks.
It's not. I mean, it's all right. I'll bounce back.
Right.
I shot knocked 2. I got one last one. Let's switch gears for a second here as time's running out.
Right.
The Bulls 2-2.
Yeah, they're not going to be good.
Now, unfortunately, I haven't watched the game because I can't. I follow on the ESPN
Chicago Sports Network. Get your shit together.
They just signed something now. I think they're going on Fubu or Tubu. What's it called?
Yeah, butt cheese. But
I don't know what they said, but they beat the Grizzlies and they beat the Bucks, which was nice. And I know they lost to the Thunder and they lost to the.
And Lonzo just got hurt.
He's out for 10 games with some wrist injury.
Yeah, dude.
I wish we put this on here.
Everyone calm down. The Bulls aren't going to be anything.
Let's end on a funny note here, I guess. Did you
see what do we have their win-loss at? 28?
I said over, and they're 2-2.
But it was 28. Was 28 the number?
Was it 20.5? Although I thought it was 31.5 or 30.5.
Whatever it was.
It was around that 30 range.
Yeah, okay.
Did you see Dwayne Wade's statue?
Yeah, that looks like dude, that looks like an alien, man. I love how he was like, it doesn't matter what it looks like.
It doesn't, but it's pretty off.
You're just embarrassed. Like, that looks terrible.
It looked like the character from I Am Legend.
Dude, I know, it looks so bad. I love how he's getting roasted too.
Every time Dwayne Wade's full, I don't know, like, how did they do that and look at that and been like,
I know.
Like, you know what? It's not always gonna look exactly like him, but how are you that far? That's far off.
Dude, it's so bad. I'm playing. Sorry, I just got a notification. We got any plans for a recording next week? Any different, or everything's the same?
What?
Is that recording for next week? Everything the same?
What are we doing next week?
Is everything the same? I feel like we had something going on. No?
No.
Is it this Friday maybe though for a live?
Oh, we're hoping that if the Yankees can force this, they're already forced the Game 5. It looks like if they win tomorrow, we'll see you Friday, guys.
Yeah. Hopefully we can. We would love to do the challenge with you guys. Get some people in there talking sports.
Yeah, that'll be a live episode. It'll be a long episode just because we're gonna do the challenge. It's gonna be a different experience. It's not necessarily an episode. It's just us talking sports, talking with you fans.
Follow us, Podcast Sox, on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook. 82 subscribers.
18 more. 18 more subscribers, and we have another challenge.
18 away from the Hot Ones episode. We're close. Let's get there. You got anything else for us?
I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that our most viewed video is my depression.
Yep, that's how it's just gonna go. Another episode, good episode. What'll do?
Follow this Podcast Sox.
And screw the Commanders.
Matt Eberflus, your seat's extra warm.
You're fired.